Welcome into another episode of the Counterculture Podcast. I'm your host, Christian, along with my great friend and co-host, Taylor.
What's up?
And it is a brand new year. 2024 has arrived. It's going to be a wild one. I mean, we're 2 weeks in. We were talking about this before we started recording. It's going to be wild. From 10-foot aliens in Miami to Epstein's
Hurricanes in Florida.
Tornadoes.
That's what it was. Tornadoes.
Tornadoes
But
in
maybe
Florida.
it's just a Florida problem because we just said two things in Florida. But
Well, I mean, there's a reason why there's the meme of Florida man.
yeah,
You know, there's a reason why.
bath salts and all.
Exactly. It's a wild state. It really is. But then also, I mean, again, I was just watching a video. There's like a blizzard happening in Texas, in Dale Hart, Texas, in the Panhandle. That's pretty wild. Mm-hmm. And next week, it's going to be below 20 down here in the Houston area. So I don't know. 2024 is already shaping up to be a wild year, and we're 2 weeks in.
Buckle up.
It's going to be a big one. It's going to be wild. This year's going to be wild. We got to do some fun
honestly,
stuff.
the sad thing is I'm not even surprised.
Oh, no.
We are so desensitized from COVID and the 2020 election and everything that's happened since that we're just kind of like, all right, cool.
It's like, meh.
On this next episode of life.
The next episode of America's Turmoil, right? But, oh boy. But, I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas, right? I hope you had a wonderful time with your family. It's a new year. I'm sure you have some, New Year's resolutions, right? I hope you pulled some together that are meaningful and you're going to be able to stick to.
For sure.
Most people can't, but, why not you? Why not you be the change you want to see in the world?
My New Year's resolution was to be exactly the same, but better. I don't want to change anything.
That's a challenge.
I just want to improve how awesome I already am. I'm already a great husband, a great father, but I could be better.
I'm already the best, but can I be better than the best? I could appreciate that. That's very Mamba mentality. That's very Kobe Bryant-esque of you.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
I already know I'm the best, but how can I be better?
I'm more like to let it crash and burn than him, but
Oof.
Some would say too soon, but I show respect through dark humor. So.
Fair enough. So, for us, with the time off, we could have come up with some really heartfelt, deep idea of our first episode.
Could have.
We did not. Because just not yet. So we actually did I'll say I'll take all the issue.
We have our roles. But yeah, we definitely help out.
We're going to do a reaction video because that's the easy thing to do. Look, we're coming off vacation, getting back into working. It's been a trip.
But honestly, people like the reaction videos.
I
enjoy making them.
Yeah, who doesn't love a good reaction video? So what we got to do?
How much work it is to get a guest on the show? We used to do that a lot. We were on a roll for a while there.
I need to kind of go back to that.
If you miss us having guests, leave a comment. Just say, we're the guest at. We're tired of you two just talking. But
we should do that. But that program we use is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So we have to get better too. New year, new us, new program.
We talked about doing what's the other? I can't remember.
Duckyard or something.
StreamYard. Yeah.
But it's got a picture of a duck.
It is a duck, but it's close enough.
Yeah.
We should do that.
I have 3 kids. I work through pictures.
Also, we would talk about Oracle, to do clips. We got all kind of. Maybe if we took this seriously, we could actually.
IO or AI?
Opus? Opus. That's right. Opus, Oracle. I don't know. I knew we'd start with an O, right? So
we complete each other. We both help each other get there.
We do. I'm nothing without you.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah. Get out of here. So
reaction video. Your favorite. Typically, it's all blue-haired people, which is the best ones to react to.
Which they're kind of they all have blue hair at this point. It's the same. So we're gonna do that, but before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe, share the show with your friends, leave a comment below of what maybe the video thought was the funniest. We look like idiots. If you like our guest episodes, if you want someone that we want to have someone back. Or you want a new person you want us to try to get, you want us to try to get Jordan Peterson on the show, I'll send him an email. He'll never see it or respond, but hey, whatever.
Just send a couple.
So, get it in there.
I was being discreet, but
get it in there.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
He's channeling his inner Tucker Carlson right now.
And the Nelk Boys, whatever it is.
Yeah, the Nelk Boys. Yeah, hashtag not a sponsor yet. Maybe, please.
Are we starting this? What are we doing?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just get into
it.
The
nitty gritty.
Let's get into it.
Right.
We got our buffalo. Right. Let's get it going.
This is buffalo. Oh, you saw me pour it.
Yeah.
I was gonna give you credit because usually you're a good guesser with it. So. All right, here we go.
Yep, red hair.
I know you're scared. I know you don't know what to do. But I've got you and I won't leave.
You know, so the caption said, "This is how I reparent myself," or whatever, which is a very odd thing to say. And this is not just this woman's problem. I'm sure she would be mad at me for assuming her gender. But when people type in this kind of stuff, like this is extremely vulnerable to share, that's how I know
that they're not vulnerable to share.
It's not, and again, it is a purely attention grab, which, to be fair, that's all social media is, just trying to get vying for attention. But it's
like the nurse video. Remember that one from a while back?
When she's crying about her patient that died,
or something. It's like she's like hitting the wall, like
you're full of shit.
You just took time to set up the camera. You're not even holding it. It's like sitting on like a tripod,
right? And you set the timer so you can get in your position,
and then you're just like, end scene, like go. I don't know. It's just not genuine, and the audience can pick up on it. Like you want to talk about if it was you sitting in front of like almost like a streamer setup, like you're at your desktop and you hit record and you're just like, hey, something happened today and I just want to talk about it. And if tears start to flow, then fine. But when you're like at work and you're not even like in your car, like, hey, I just want to talk to you all about something that happened today. No, it's clearly like
staged.
I don't want to say like that's the word. I was going to say skip, but that wasn't the right word. But it's like just feels fake.
Yeah. It's not real.
Like an attention grab. Like otherwise it would be genuine. It'd be like informal. It'd be like you sitting in your car, like hitting record.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Doing a live TikTok or whatever, right? Then it's like, okay, I mean,
right.
You're probably more authentic, but yeah, with this,
but even then, you're
so weird.
If that was true, you wouldn't be like, hey, I'm not really one for attention. You would just share the story.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say something like, I'm extremely vulnerable right now.
Yeah. I mean, again, like social media has really fed into like the inner narcissism that everybody has because it is what it is.
True, but I also get this vibe that like there's a lot of people who suffer from like a mental illness. I feel like.
Oh, like this person?
Yeah. But they feel like they truly have nobody, but something about being behind the camera and it's to an audience that they feel like relates to them. I'm saying this because I recently just watched The Batman again. With
the first one with Michael Keaton?
No, the Mike Reeves one, whatever, with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, okay, the most recent one. Yeah.
Right, and the Riddler, he was this like nobody guy who felt like he had nobody. But towards the end of the movie, as you find out, like he's got this whole like dark web following.
Yeah.
And he's like, you guys understand me. I could never do this without you guys. But he was a vulnerable guy, I guess. But something about you can't socialize or interact with real people. So maybe you truly are vulnerable, but you don't realize you're already putting yourself out there to other people.
I think it's because of social media. Like, obviously, we've
removed
detached
from
ourselves
to
where like it's become more excusable to not be able to interact well in public or be able to carry on conversations or dialogue or interactions with people in person because we're so we have such an online presence for all of us in our life. I mean, so much of the identity all of us, right? Me include whatever that we've created online, right? Is its own
persona almost, yeah.
Yeah, persona or person, right? It's its own being, right? Because like that person is not, it is you, but it's not you, right? It's the person that we put, we put a face on for the world, right?
Yeah.
And again, all of us are guilty of this, right? I'm like, I'll say, me too as well. And that's also why for me, like as time has gone on, I post less and less.
Oh, I don't post at all.
On
my wife's
on social
birthday
media.
just rolled around. I didn't even do a post.
Yeah.
And that's something that she always used to make a big deal about, like, oh, you didn't post or you didn't do that. And now she's fully on board. Like, she made her first post the other day for the first time in like over a year. Like, it's better. It's healthier. I feel like.
I haven't posted. Yeah. I mean, I posted maybe 2 or 3 photos a year almost.
And usually it's like the Christmas family picture or something.
Yeah, something like that, where it's like, whatever. So it's just, yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know.
I get the feeling that somehow in her mind, even though we were just joking about how she's not vulnerable if she's posting it, maybe in her mind she thinks she's being vulnerable, and somehow just doing it to the camera, even though she knows there's an audience, she's detached that from herself, and she feels like it's just a phone. I'm doing it to people I don't know or.
Well, it's like us doing
watching.
this.
Yeah.
Like we're just doing this to a camera, but people do watch. They're human beings.
But we know we're not being vulnerable. We know what we're doing is to people.
Yeah,
we're not being phony about who our presence is.
Right, but then also it's funny you say about the person feeling alone, because this woman cradling herself, saying how she reparents herself. I would venture to say she probably has a very bad relationship with her parents. Mm-hmm. They're probably divorced. She probably hates her father.
Or they probably disowned her for her life choices too. Depending on her upbringing. That is strict her parents.
That is possible too.
Which I don't quite condone that, but I don't know. Every parent has to do what they gotta do.
It's hard. It's a
you have to be in that situation to understand.
Yeah, I mean, that's a battle.
Nobody's going to know what they're going to do to their own kid until their kid goes through it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing is I think, when it comes to your own kid, it's hard to be objective.
It really is. And sitting back, I mean, you know personally how crazy my family is that I kind of like married into, and yours is kind of the same. And I know over the years, I've always talked about you watch certain upbringings or friends of friends, and you're like, oh man, the screaming kid in the grocery store, like, oh, I would never let my kid scream in the grocery store. And then you become a parent.
And then your kid's screaming in the grocery store.
And you realize, I'm pretty strict. I try not to allow those kind of things, but you got to realize as a parent that they're going to happen. And that person, that 20-year-old young adult or whatever who said, not my kids, until you're in that situation, you don't know.
Yeah.
But for her situation, we don't know what she went through. We don't know what her parents did or didn't do.
Right.
But to try to reparent yourself, I don't know. It's it doesn't make sense.
Well, for me, my thought is
being
that
your own child,
you're
comforting yourself.
You need to go seek help, right? Go see, this is not.
There's phone numbers for
healthy. Yeah, it doesn't seem healthy, right? It doesn't seem like a healthy way to handle it. But let's
continue.
Oh God, this is only the first video.
We were 20 seconds in. Not even.
But it's okay to feel. It's safe to feel. It's safe to cry. It's safe to move through it.
But who tells you not safe to cry? I just don't know. It took me years of therapy.
Let me explain why misgendering is an act of violence.
I could do that now. I don't need practice.
Well, I don't know.
Should we turn the camera around? I can curl.
I don't know. Part of me is.
I'll go full fetal. I'll do it. I don't need practice. I'm not making. I am making fun of her. I guess I feel bad.
I guess here's the thing: is for me, again, mental illness is certainly real, and it's very difficult, and it's a cross to bear, right? No doubt about it, no question. But sometimes I see these things, I'm like, you said this took years of therapy. It's like, are these people not told? I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I was raised. Are these people told? Like she said, she's telling herself it's okay to feel, it's okay to cry. It's like, did people tell you you couldn't feel emotions were bad as you were growing up? I don't understand.
Did
but then
she
also
put herself in that own box? Did she?
Yeah,
build those
I don't know.
barriers?
But then also
herself?
she's a woman, so I mean, women. No, meaning me. Again, I'm not trying to be fun per se. It's
basically because she's a woman.
Well, women are. Well, I don't even know what a woman is.
Do you need a shovel because you're digging that hole? I'm gonna let you finish.
That's fine. I'll keep digging myself. But it's women naturally tend to be more emotional, right, than men, right? And so my
wife tells me all the time, it's okay, it's facts.
And so it's odd to me that she feels that it's so difficult to express emotions,
given that she's a woman.
unless against your point,
you don't know how she identifies that.
How I know. That's what I'm saying. She'd be very upset that I would assume her gender. However. Right, being as it may, from the evidence I see.
2024.
Yeah, exactly. But the evidence I see, I don't know. I find it odd that this woman as an adult feels like it's taken years for her to feel comfortable to be able to do that. It just seems
therapy
odd.
and practice, people. That's all you need.
I know this sounds extreme, and I know I talk about this a lot, but this is because the situation is extreme. Getting misgendered as a trans and non-binary person not only triggers the trauma of being conditioned into a gender that is not ours, but it also triggers the trauma of existing in a world that at large would prefer we did not exist. So getting misgendered can feel like a smack.
Stop it real quick. So, you know, I
There's
really,
a lot of words.
It is a lot of words. But I really love this guy right here because the
You just set him off. You triggered him.
I'm sure if he saw this, he would be very, very upset that I would assume that he is a man. Here's the thing, right? Is that again? I mean, the whole like speech is violence thing. I mean, that's a whole leftist thing from like 2015, right? They've been going on that for
a while.
Almost 10 years now.
Whatever happened with sticks and stones?
That's misogynistic.
You know, sticks and stones can
break my husband. Words
will
never
never.
I know.
Like, come on, they're words, people.
I don't know. Again, millennials are very soft, but here's the thing: is that when we, as always, when you equate speech to violence, right? It gives you the go ahead to respond in violence, which is usually physical, right? But I always find it kind of funny when they say take this line that he's saying about being in a world that doesn't want us. And I always find that funny because, of course, they want you to validate their quote-unquote existence. And I always find that funny just because it's like no one is saying you should not exist as a person, right? But they've so attached this idea of gender and everything to that. It's just it's muddied the water.
Maybe some people have told them that, but that's why you never read the comment section. Because some people are just trolling. But your average person on the street's probably not telling them that. I mean, there's some crazy people out there, but for the most part, the world is not wishing these people.
Well, what's funny is in the real world, we
just don't want to be bothered by them.
Yeah, in the real world, no one's talking to this guy. No one's looking at him but besides the casual like hello or excuse me or whatever. Right.
Until you misgender them by accident, or if you do it on purpose, then maybe you just like to troll in real life too. But
that would just be me. But like for the average person, they're gonna be like, "Oh, excuse me, ma'am," because they're not even gonna look at him. They're not even gonna really
care enough.
Yeah, they're not gonna care enough.
They're just being polite, or going through their day.
Yeah, like they're just trying to get on with their life, and so they're just gonna say it. And
it is, ma'am.
Yeah, it is, ma'am. That dude had more testosterone flowing through his body.
I'm jealous.
Honestly, I am.
That was a great build.
Yeah. Did you see the Adam's apple on that dude?
Oh, dude. It's like
I just love that it's in a GameStop. That clip is in a GameStop. It is so funny. It is, man.
GameStop's gone, dude. It's not what it was when we were growing up. Waiting out like outside for a game to drop.
I wish I had bought GameStop stock.
Oh,
what was that? What was that 2021 when that happened?
Something like that. I mean, there was the GameStop. I hear in NVIDIA's like what you want to kind of like buy now.
The moon. It's just do not.
There was that AMC thing that was going hot, and then it
that was
pump and dump.
So,
you had to like
that was so man.
There were several.
I should have been in the game at that time. I would have had so much fun, and I would have made so much money.
Yeah. Well, just do what the politicians do. Just copy the trades.
Yeah, I really should.
I mean, how else do you go from like $175K salary
to worth like $600 million?
Yeah. Book deals. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's the books. God, I hate these people. Anyway, let's go on with it.
In the heart. It represents all that we are up against. And yes, mistakes absolutely happen. But let's say you turn a corner and accidentally smack someone across the face. You wouldn't immediately be like, hey, look, it was an accident. You would tend to their pain and make sure it doesn't happen again. But then every time
accidentally
you turn
slapping
that
people
same
in the face?
corner, you continue
I
to
would move
smack
away.
that person.
Probably in New
yes,
York.
It may still be unintentional, but at a certain point, the lack of intention is a choice. So maybe first you have to take in the fact that this causes real harm, and then approach your misstep with the level of awareness and effort that it will take to stop hurting us.
Yeah.
Please do not use.
Yeah, I'm kind of over that clip, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just silliness. It's just me, I kind of validate. But again, it's just the gender thing, man, is just it's a cancer and it's a virus. And I mean that not the people, but like the ideology itself is just so it's dangerous.
toxic,
I mean,
but yeah.
I don't know if you saw. Yeah, they talk about toxic masculinity. No, I'm just kidding. Not really. But what's interesting is, of course, the last couple of years we've seen acts of violence taken out by these sort of individuals, and it's being totally ignored. Right?
Well,
like you saw
multiple
the Iowa incident, right, where the dude walked in a school and I think shot 5 people, and one of the kids was killed at sixth
This
grader.
was recent though, right?
Yeah, sixth grade. This was like a week ago.
Yeah.
And shockingly, right? Because typically the way things go when there is a gun violence incident, it's talked about for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And how about we need to ban this? We need to do this. We need to do this.
Well, it
and
didn't fit
oddly, if you ask the average person about that Iowa shooting, they probably wouldn't even know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But a 6th grader has died, is gone,
mm-hmm.
and no one gives a shit. No one cares
Right.
that this kid is now gone. Like, I don't know, for me, if that was my child, I would be standing on the mountaintops and would not stop until something was done.
Yeah.
Because also the FBI was warned about this individual and did nothing.
That's a recurring theme.
Yeah, the FBI is useless. So
Yeah.
for the Fed
They're probably
boys,
watching us.
Yeah, for the Fed boys watching, I would say you are useless.
Gendered language to address everyone.
James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him.
Brian Laverne, he, him.
Hi, I am Andy P. From Los Angeles, they, them pronouns.
Thank you, Chair. Nick, he, him, his from Twin Cities.
James Jackson, Sacramento, DSA, he, him.
Hi, my name is Onlin Wang. I use he, him.
This is Chris, he, him from Cleveland.
This is Daniel Ray from Piedmont. He, him pronouns.
My name is Trey. I use they, them, and he, him pronouns.
I am so tired of catering to systems.
I just, dude.
Just be you.
I'm not. I'm no. I'm no Adonis of a man, but I believe I have more testosterone flowing through my body than the entire room that was taking place in. Like it's just silly.
It's nonsensical.
It's when you see that is when you realize, oh, this is actually a big fucking joke. I
would have walked out of the room.
Well, I don't think we would be.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at how you're dressed and the things that are said on your different articles of clothing, I don't think they would like you very much. I don't think that you'd be let in. Initially, they'd probably be okay with me, but then once they heard the words come out of my mouth, they'd be like, "Oh, this was a mistake letting
I'd
him
been
in
like,
here."
I'm Taylor. I'm me.
No. My name is Christian. My pronouns are pew pew.
Yeah, I get up there. I'm like, my name is Taylor, Houston, Texas. I'm that guy. I'm just like,
I am that guy. And they'd be like, no.
My pronouns are that guy. You're not that guy, pal.
Oh man, that's a funny clip.
People's feelings. Because I do. I do it every time I go to a restaurant and the server says, "Hi, ladies," and I don't correct them. Every time I choose the women's washroom because people expect that of me and it makes them comfortable. Every time I go to the grocery store and ignore being called miss or ma'am. Every time a close friend misgenders me and my immediate response is to say, "No, it's okay as long as you're trying."
Okay, what does she expect of people?
I don't know, man.
She looks like a girl.
Well, she is a girl.
Yeah. Thank you for...
What is a girl?
State of the obvious. Her hair, plenty of girls rock that hair. That's not necessarily a boy cut. She's wearing women's clothing. That's a female sweater right now.
That's a cardigan. That's a woman's cardigan.
What visual indicators or identifiers
makeup. She's wearing makeup. She did her eyeliner and her eyelashes and all this shit.
I don't see her having like a buzz cut, like a 90s chain wearing a DC shirt. Like she's trying to be some tomboy.
She's trying to be looking like, again, she's like, I go to the women's washroom because that's what they expect me. Yeah, because you want to go in the guys' restroom where it smells like dog shit.
I'd go to the girls. I mean, technically I could because if I wanted to identify a certain way, but...
Yeah, I mean, you could. But it's like, come on, man. Like, yeah, you really want to go into the men's bathroom or locker room at the gym? Get out of here. You're a liar. You're a liar.
I don't think she really wants to. I think she wants the choice to if she wanted to.
Oh, you know what? You know what's funny about that is she could. No man would stop her from walking into the men's locker room. They think it's odd.
You know how many guys walked into the women's restroom
at that bar? What was that, Rowdy's? That was so funny.
4 guys.
What's funny is I didn't realize it's like the women's bathroom is like
around.
So they would walk out and walk right around. Like, yep.
But that's drunk guys not reading signs. There's not even a door. It's just a hallway. You turn a corner, it's a hallway into a bathroom. But yeah, that's different.
I don't know. Even when I'm drinking, I take a moment and be like, am I going to the right bathroom? Okay, yeah, I am.
Skirt or no skirt?
Yeah, it's very simple.
It's pictographs, people. Come on.
Oh, man. That was so funny. We need to go back over there.
It's
Rowdy's
a good time.
Good. It is a good time.
Crying. It's not okay. And I'm not okay, because in order for any of you to even entertain the idea of respecting my existence, I have to water down all of my emotions lest I live up to the whiny crybabies trans stereotype that you all have in your heads. Because God forbid you take someone seriously when they are showing valid emotion.
Okay. I'm not fucking okay. You
Is
know
that
you
valid emotion?
You know that My Chemical Romance song, right? I'm not okay.
Yeah.
It should have been playing behind her entire TikTok.
Well, you just re-upload it. With the sound in the background.
Well, you'll hear me in our recording. In our version. I made her TikTok way better.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's really funny because you think about it like when you think about when we were growing up, like My Chemical Romance or like Fall Out Boy, all those the songs, this is a tangent, but I think I sent you this TikTok, right, where it said when you're 13 and your mom like doesn't let you do a sleepover or whatever. Have I sent you those?
I don't think so.
I'll show you later. They're so funny. But it's like this. It's like that or Evanescence, right? Wake me up. Like we used to be so emotional.
And you're like, ugh.
Yeah, it's so emotional. She's giving off the same energy I gave off when I was 13 years old.
Which is proof she never grew up.
Do what?
It's just proof she never grew up. She never matured.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Because when you realize that the real world doesn't play by your rules, you either give up or you learn to play ball.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sorry, life's not going to stop. Life's not fair. Life finds a way, you know?
We watched Jurassic Park this weekend,
Did you?
actually. Yeah.
It's been a while. I think I'm ready.
Well, they're all on Netflix right now. Well, the first 3, I guess.
Well, I've started watching Suits, so we're on that binge. Did you
You
see
started
the Golden Globes that just recently happened?
I just saw clips from it.
Of course I didn't watch the whole thing, just through TikTok, so clips, of course.
Yeah.
But
of course.
The main 2 guys, Harvey Specter's character and Mike Ross's character, were on the red carpet at the Golden Globes, and it's just funny because I just started watching. Me and the wife are like towards the end of season 1 or whatever.
Yeah, it's a good show.
It's good, but it didn't get, when it was airing on TV, it didn't get that same prestige.
No, dude, it has gotten way more popular.
Up. So Netflix picked it up, and it's got this huge revival, and it's bigger than it's ever been. So now it's getting its own spinoff.
Okay, you know what's funny? I saw them talking about like someone asked them, but they were like, "Yeah, absolutely, we'd do it again."
No, it's confirmed. They're doing
confirmed.
A Suits spinoff.
Oh, that's awesome! I love those characters. Like it's so Christine and I stopped watching it a little bit. We need to get back to it. It is so good.
You know what's
Harvey Specter is my spirit animal. Like he is awesome.
He's the GOAT, man.
He is.
So it's funny because I've never watched Suits, but over the years of doing this podcast, we've talked about Meghan Markle quite a bit.
And how terrible she is, yes.
Yeah. But I like her character.
You know what's funny?
So it's this love-hate relationship watching Suits.
It is really funny. I can't tell you how many times I've turned to Christine and be like,
the Queen is racist.
maybe the Queen is racist. Maybe I was wrong. But then I'm like, oh no, Meghan Markle is actually a terrible person. But I'm like, damn it, I love this character.
That's why you got to separate the art
from the artist.
Yeah.
That's right, you got to try. So let's see what this lady says.
Just got punched in the face for being a Trump supporter. Like that was it, just for being a Trump supporter. And I'd do it again. Bah, bah, bah. Why, yes, I'm an evil.
So she punched somebody in the face?
I think she's just making a joke that she punched her own dad in the face for being a Trump supporter. But so I just, you know what? Again,
one day she's gonna do that to the wrong person.
Here's the thing: what's irritating is like she's doing that as a joke, but again, it goes back to like the punch Nazis thing. Is when you say it's appropriate to punch Nazis and then you call these people that. Again, people will do that. Again, and people again are worried about in 2024 open violence and everything in the street. Like in Seattle, there was a guy that was wearing a Trump hat who had someone walk up to him and shoot him in the chest and kill him. Like that happened.
Yeah.
So, like
Political
you can have
division,
these people
man.
do that. Yeah.
A24 is a
happening.
great studio. I like A24, and they're coming out with that Civil War movie.
Civil War, yeah.
Laugh all you want. I mean, it may not be that far from the truth.
I don't know. Again,
politically, we are so divided right now that the rest of the world is almost like laughing at us because we can't get our shit together. And the world's moving on. The world's ramping up. Other governments who don't let this stuff fly, they're just getting stronger. Meanwhile, we just keep sending our taxpayer money like overseas. So I don't get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we gotta clean up our act at home.
We got a lot of things.
We gotta stop with all this crybaby, Me Too. Like, there are more important problems than the ones that we're creating because we have nothing else to do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, let's see what this guy has to say.
Wing sheep, full snowflake, working for the deep state, here to force your wives to get abortions and then leave you for transgender lesbians. Yes, it was us Antifa that stormed the Capitol to make you all look bad so that we can take your guns, spread communism, and blast Cardi B in your churches. And you're never gonna stop us, no, 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 you're never.
It's kind of catchy.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing is that, like,
he's dishing.
I don't know if he's making it like that. Could easily just be a joke. TikTok, like, could he be actually like a leftist who's crazy? I mean, probably. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. But like, part of it is he said so many things that's like, okay, come on. I don't know. That may have been a parody. I don't believe.
But it was catchy. I'll give him that.
It was very catchy. It was very quick. That's all I have to really say about that one.
You know who this looks like?
Who?
It looks like that one. Is it Mad TV or is it SNL? Lady. You know what I'm talking about? It's not the one that's Stewart's mom. Stewart. But it's the other one. I'd have to pull it up. But right now with it frozen, it looks like that chick.
Okay, I'm not sure which
I'll have
one.
to pull it up later.
Okay. So let's see.
A polyamorous relationship.
Oh no.
Normally when people think polyamory, they think two women and a man in a throuple type relationship together. But that's not what polyamory is. I mean, that's one type of polyamory, but polyamory is an umbrella term for many different types of non-monogamous relationships. I call my type of relationship a poly.
How many edits is she doing? She couldn't do this one take?
She's fitting in a lot of words, to be fair.
It's this or that, and I don't know.
I don't know, man. Oh, polyamory. Holy shit.
Or a constellation, because it looks like a molecule or a constellation. There are several people involved in various different ways, and more people have joined than the last time I did one of these. So let's give a little update. I'm sure you can follow along just fine.
I'm changing my pronouns.
So, oh man, don't do it, guy. Okay, there is no benefit. Like, again, a guy in what's funny is she.
I'm a jealous person.
Says,
I can't do that.
When she says, when you think of polyamory, you think of two women and a guy. That's what a guy thinks. A guy thinks, "Oh, I'm gonna have two different women." Let me tell you something. There is no benefit. Number one, on a moral level, like you shouldn't do that. Like, polyamory is like not okay on a moral level. But also, there's no benefit for you as a guy, because here's the reality. Right? You want to know what's funny? It's much easier for a woman to have sex than it is for a man to have sex. Right? Because for women, there are a plethora of men that would be more than happy to have sex, even if she's ugly. Or for a guy, there is not a plethora of women that want to have sex with you. In fact, there is a very finite, maybe even only one woman who'd be willing to have sex with you. So you should not do it. So number one, morally reprehensible, don't do it. But then level number two, it's a losing battle. And if you're listening to this and your girl has convinced you to go into a polyamorous relationship, it's her way of being able to justify sleeping with other guys that are not you. She'll tell you that she's going to probably like sleep with other women and maybe bring them home. That's not how it's going to work.
It never ends well.
Nope. Because people are people and people have emotions. And anyway.
Yeah, I've got a moral compass. So
yeah, so for me, again, morally irreprehensible. So you just should not do it because it's wrong and it's not good. But then also, for a guy, it's a losing battle. Like on a practical level.
Yeah, and that's where they get you. You're like, And then it just...
Yeah, because a guy thinks, this is my shot for a threesome. right? Because what else would a guy think?
Yeah, if your woman's not committed to you like that, that's a red flag.
Oh yeah, it's about as red as it can be.
Especially if they bring it up.
Oh yeah.
Or if you bring it up and that they're somewhat like okay with it, then that girl's already having doubts, or she's
already
feeling stuck or bored.
Or somewhere else. Yeah. Yep.
A little bit. So for the he/she alternative, instead of pay, it's paint. So now it's paint self. I just think it's easier and
there's no way this is real.
I've known I'm trans for about 3 years, and I've come to understand that my gender is like one of those soups that have been cooking for like 100 years. It's always the same soup. It's made up of multiple components that interact with each other, and then every now and then someone will add a new ingredient and the whole thing changes. I noticed a fluctuation this week when I was playing a game and I realized that I was panicking. What happened was, new game, asks for my name, asks for my pronouns, and I've been using he, they pronouns for about a year now, and they've been comfy, they've been great, and suddenly there's this pixel robot, and it says to me, are you sure that your pronouns are he and they? And I'm looking at it, and I'm panicking, and something twigs in the back of my mind, oh, I'm panicking about the pronouns. Suddenly he and they are not the right pronouns anymore. Something has changed.
Dude, oh my god.
This is how I'm finding out. So then
this person is finding out that their pronouns are not right because a game asks them a question? What?
It just goes to show how mentally unstable they are.
Yes, this person
they are.
I don't know. Like for this one particularly, I don't know if it's a guy or a woman. I don't know what this person is.
That's a valid point. It could very well be a woman on hormones.
That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a woman who's like a few years on testosterone.
Because I will say that skin's pretty smooth for a dude.
We need to figure out his skincare routine if it is a guy.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But speaking of
skincare
to go into a
routines,
panic attack. What?
I said, speaking of skincare routines, guys should have a skincare routine. I need to get on one. But I mean, like, come on. Your skin's important. It's the largest organ on your body. And most men, they're just like, they use the same bar of soap for everything.
Yeah, for their ass crack and their face.
Yeah, and then women will have 60 different products and still complain that they break out.
It's never enough.
And that we don't. But just saying.
Never.
What was that from? Is that, not The Prestige. What is that one?
That's it's close.
Same actor. Yeah, it's the circus one.
Yeah,
whatever.
Greatest Showman.
That's what it is.
It's a good movie.
I haven't seen it in a while. But now I want to watch The Prestige.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a Nolan film, isn't it? The Prestige?
Is it a Nolan? If it is, it's like an old Nolan.
It is an old.
Speaking of Nolan, I finally watched Oppenheimer.
What would you give it out of a 10?
Have you watched it yet?
I have not yet. What would you get out of a 10?
So since you haven't watched it, I would say a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
It was a slow watch. Not quite what I thought it was. Visually stunning. Cinematography is good, of course. Acting is good.
Can the man win a effing best director for once? For God's sake,
he should.
I mean, he is in my opinion, Christopher Nolan is the best modern day director.
Yeah, dude, he's my favorite for sure.
Like his movies are stunningly beautiful to look at.
Yeah, so it was like you just said, it was a beautiful film. The acting was amazing. I just didn't get a lot from the story itself. But I know it's kind of a true story, and you know,
it is what it is.
Yeah, can't fabricate.
Good cast
it.
though.
What it was,
good cast. Yeah, good cast.
So I'd still say watch it, but I bought it because in case I wanted to watch it again,
I'll wait for it to be
save.
included.
I spent
on
the $400 because the rental's almost as much. So I was like, oh, I'll buy it in case it's worth watching again. I probably wouldn't watch it again.
You're gonna have to watch it at least one more time to really make it worth it. That's the problem.
It's kind of like Napoleon Dynamite. It wasn't funny the first time, but the more you watch it,
dude,
like Nacho Libre, the more you watch it, the
gets
funnier
better.
it gets.
It gets better and better.
Kind of like her soup. You know, it's 100-year soup. You just throw in a new ingredient, or you start to relate to a different line that you didn't laugh at before.
Oh, that's funny. That was
Change. You try something new. It's that easy and it's that hard. In this case, the game had a bunch of near pronoun sets as well. So I picked one.
What?
Caesar,
I just want to know
just
what
random.
game is this person playing
I'm
that
reflecting
asks
the
you
game
what your
yet.
pronouns are and it has like a
So later
billion
in the day,
options.
I mentioned this to my wife, and she says,
My wife?
"Oh,
Oh my
So my
god.
partner's experimenting with Zira's pronouns." And I felt this warmth in my chest of like, yeah, that's right.
Was it her?
I'm not sure if that's 100%.
You might want to just take some
but it
fucking
fits.
Tums for that one.
She is also now calling me her Caesar, which is adorable.
Ooh.
When I think about it, though, I have been feeling like they, them is very gender neutral, very
Holy
no gender.
shit. I just,
And
dude,
I am gender
this is
full.
just...
I feel gender. I'm like,
It's like
gender
hurts.
chaotic. Something like that. So it makes sense that I might want to change.
I sued my parents for having me
I got nothing else to say.
I can't. I have nothing to say.
without my permission. So my parents that I sued,
Oh,
they
she's one of these.
contributed to, conceiving me, and my mother that raised me, she gave birth to me.
You know what? You know what would be a funny thing to bring up in court?
What?
Because this just dawned on me. You may laugh at this. The people who bring up the argument that I didn't consent to being born, so I'm going to sue my parents, kind of like she's talking about, because they didn't have a choice. Technically, you did. You didn't have to be the fastest swimmer. There was a lot of competition there. You chose to be first to the egg. You wanted to fertilize that egg. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't think you're wrong.
No. In the court of law, I mean, technically, if you're going to make an argument that you didn't consent to your parents being, you were technically the fastest swimmer.
Yeah. So you at the very beginning had
You
one
made that
goal
choice.
of getting to the egg as quickly as possible to being conceived.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Could be an argument to be made.
So
think about that.
Oh, how the turntables have turned.
And that's why I sued them, because I did not consent to being here. Like, I was unaware that I was going to have to grow up and get a job to support myself. And
I don't think anybody in the
just didn't
fetal
consent to
stage is
that. They
kind
didn't-
of told that.
Darn. To be a part of
Shit.
the miracle of
I was-
life. To be able to exist. Ugh.
This woman is a fucking moron.
Crackpot, man. I don't know.
Try to contact me in any way before I was born to see if I actually wanted to.
What?
They didn't-
Okay, yeah. See, this
They didn't
woman
try
is,
to contact me beyond the ether.
Yeah,
Like,
were they supposed to go to visit Miss Cleo and try to contact you from the netherworld? You
well,
psychopath.
she think this is a cartoon, and the parents can just phone up the stork company and be like, "Yeah, we're thinking about having a kid. Can we talk to the batch?
Yeah,
which
can
kid
we,
are you
can
going
we
to bring?"
ask and make sure that
In the
she wants to be
handkerchief.
conceived before we actually bring her to life?
It makes me wonder whether she knows how babies are made and are born.
I mean,
My parents didn't contact
I have a
me.
feeling that probably not, just because her personality is so horrible and dry that I don't think she could convince any man, to sleep with her.
Maybe she should try girls. As you already mentioned, they're more willing and open.
Maybe.
To be here, and that's why I sued them. Now, it's different. Like, I know I've said it's like unethical to have children before, but it's different when you adopt, because it's not my fault that they're here. I'm just trying to be a good person and like help them out. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you are pregnant right now, you need to hire a psychic medium and ask your child if they actually want to be
Oh,
here.
see?
But it's too late. What if the child says no? The psychic's like, I can't condone
I mean,
this.
my answer
plan
would be
B.
like, well, that's too fucking bad. The baby coming,
Baby's
whether you like
like,
it or not.
Baby's like, nah, flush me down. Like.
Guess what, fam? Too bad.
This is.
You know what's funny? I made the joke about going to see a psychic, and this psychopath, it says that as an actual legitimate thing. Legitimate.
She thinks she's making a valid argument.
Yeah, she does.
That's
she
the
thinks
scary part.
She thinks she's absolutely correct.
Where does she work? Does she hold a real job?
Probably not.
She sued her parents, so she probably didn't have money. She thought she could take money.
Yeah.
Other than that, she may work for Arby's. I don't know. Like, look at that face. I mean, I'm not being rude. Like, I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm just saying it doesn't look like there's a brain cell functioning in there.
Well, to be fair, you paused it in a bad spot.
Is it unflattering? Yeah, we'll see if it gets better.
Probably
in
not.
mind, if they don't, you need to terminate. Otherwise, they will sue you.
Oh,
Because
you need
I'm making that my life mission, to teach children to sue their parents. So
Oh
they
my
don't have to
god.
work.
This. Oh, but see that? Sue their parents so we don't have to work. You just made again. You made the joke, but she's being serious.
No, for sure. Life's too hard. I don't want to work. I didn't want to be born, so I just want to have it easy.
Yeah. What is this?
Honest with you.
Who's this lady?
That
Oh, is that like
when they
Billie
made that
Billie
shit
Eilish?
It
I
doesn't
almost
look like it.
didn't want to do this show. So, because I wanted to punish this fucking place for allowing that to happen here. But then, I remembered that it's you guys that are the fucking victims. And you deserve everything in the world.
But then I remembered if I cancel, I won't make money. Yeah. So I want money because I love money.
Did you see that? Oh, we've seen this clip.
Yeah,
too.
we've seen this one before.
But do you see that? And we need to kill them to shut.
No, tell them.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, tell them.
Yeah, I thought it said kill, and I was like, goes back to that violence thing you were talking about.
Yeah.
But I'm blind, so sue me.
Yeah. This is supposed to be.
Oh, he's the one with like that tumor looking thing.
Yeah, look, there he is. Oh, yeah, this guy. Why are we seeing? Yeah. Look at that. What the fuck?
Gotta put my hat on. Don't need a shirt.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's supposed to be a new video.
Drop the bat. Just drop it. Sit down on the curb. Sit on the curb for now. We'll get there. Up. Go to the car. Go to the car. Fine. Fine. Alright. That's your car.
There's so much to process in this.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would be a cop in Seattle. To be
It's
honest.
like, do they think about the consequences, or do they think what they're fighting for is so valid in that state of mind that there's not going to be any consequences?
I don't know. I think this dude's
like
probably on
suddenly he
drugs.
like
I don't know.
bath salts. I'm surprised it's not Florida.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's what's going on.
His whole demeanor changed when he got serious.
Totally, yeah. Technically, a gender-affirming piercing can be any piercing that you get that affirms your gender. Think of, earlobe piercings for women. But when a lot of people say this term, they're referring specifically to piercings that help with bottom dysphoria for trans people. The specific piercings that I got are inner labes. A lot of trans masculine people will get these piercings and get them done at a large gauge and wear big heavy jewelry in it, and it can emulate balls. And when you're wearing this type of jewelry and these piercings, it can affect the way that you have to sit and stand and walk in a way that makes your body language appear more masculine. A lot of people also just find it really affirming to have that physical weight there. If you want to hear more about what my experience getting these piercings is like and what they're like so far for me, go to the next video.
I'm binary. Yeah, like, what's the sad part?
Yeah.
That girl could have been really pretty. If she wanted to.
Yeah.
But instead, she's got
piercings all over
gauge
her
balls.
face and gauge balls. Yeah, that'd be kind of weird.
Like, if you just wanted to feel the weight of something, go to Ace Hardware. Get some really thin chain, like almost dog leash style, and get two big, like, tractor-sized nuts. Just feed it through and wear it around, put it underneath your pants. You'll feel the weight. It'll chafe. You won't like it, but just try it out. Because guess what? That's reversible. But to pierce your lower lips and then let it gauge out to wear heavy jewelry so you can walk like a man, I don't know. That seems extreme.
Yeah, well.
But you do you. I don't think you should go out talking or advocating for it, but you do you. I think that's a good point to make. Like, stop going on social media and posting all this crap. If you want to do something for you, then do it. But to try to like convince other people. But again,
putting it on social media is
the purpose. That affirmation that they need. Yeah.
It can't just be I do it for myself. The world must know I am doing this, and they should, and you should do it. It's not just I'm doing it. It's like I am doing it, and you should do it too.
I, we, us.
Yes.
They, them.
I don't know.
Married people now have white patriarchal beauty standards. Did anybody else catch that? It's kind of telling that we want them all to look like white prepubescent femboys. Patriarchy still wants to put them in the box of things that are not men that we can infantilize.
I'm
Did
not
you know
sure.
a lot of black AFAB people describe themselves as non-binary because white patriarchy pushed them out of the binary by aging them up and masculinizing them? Non-binary people don't owe anybody androgyny, but it's interesting that we've also all seemed to land on there being one type of androgyny.
You know what just popped in my head?
What?
You ever heard that sound? It's a popular sound like on TikTok and stuff. It's like, that's a lot of words. Too bad I don't know how to read.
Yeah, I have.
I'm just like...
Yeah, that's a lot of things.
I'm trying to keep up with like all...
Yeah, I mean...
AFAB men.
But
What's
then
AFAB?
femboys, I don't know.
Exactly. That's the scary part.
I don't know.
There's so much new diction that they're using.
Correct. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's meaningless. It's verbiage to be confused. Like it's like
almost
the
like they want to sound smarter than you.
Yes,
It makes them
confusion
feel like
is
they're
the
right.
purpose, right? Because if
that's
they
why I
can
like Miss
confuse
Rachel.
people-
It's simple. You know what I mean? Do you watch Miss Rachel?
No.
You don't?
No.
Come on. Your son's young enough. He can benefit from Miss Rachel.
No.
Do you even know who Miss Rachel is?
She's a YouTuber.
But she's big. She's really big. Really popular, man.
Okay. Well,
she's popular with the children's.
It's
chitlins. Okay. But like I gotta say, like it's...
Don't worry, she's gonna have a tranny on her show probably soon.
There's one chick that's definitely not straight. Other than that, it's very family friendly. But they don't make it a thing. It's just you can tell, but it's not the agenda, which I like. I can deal with that. Again, you have your choices, but you're not like pushing children or trying to push your own opinions. But I will say with Miss Rachel, she's like a vocal coach or whatever. So when she's teaching these young ones how to teach, it's all about how to move the mouth and all that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, would a Catholic theocracy really be that bad?
If they can teach them what the colors are and everything, go for it. But my kids are in a faith formation.
They are.
I mean, I'm doing it right.
I know you're raising little papists. It's excellent.
Trying. They can make their own choices later, but I promised to do it. So
it's part of the vow.
It did. It was.
Androgyny, and that it's infantilizing. Yes, I'm for body autonomy.
Infantilizing.
I know dysphoria.
It's the first time I've heard that.
But it does interact with patriarchy. I know that the reason I want to shave my legs isn't some essential characteristic of womanhood that I brought into this world. I think my dysphoria has something to do with how I came into this world, but it's heavily informed by patriarchy.
All right. Well, folks.
I have nothing to say about
I don't know, man. For next reaction videos, too, maybe we should have like some car crash or some funny stuff, too. Because honestly, by the end of these, I just get down.
You know what we should do, actually? Okay. Next time we want to do a reaction compilation, what we should do... Well, let me ask you this, because you would have to be the one to do it. But I think it'd be a good idea to actually...
the same stuff we already send to each other and just compile it ourselves.
Yeah, basically is like stuff we send, we just compile it and just do one after another, whether it's funny or political or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. That is a lot of work, but
you want to do it?
We'll do it for the.
Let's do it. Okay, let's next time. Okay, let's set a goal like not the next quarter, but like maybe like one or two after it, to give ourselves a couple weeks to kind of put it.
Because honestly, we send each other some good stuff.
We send each other some.
But then it's not a
funny
true
shit.
reaction because we already reacted to it.
But partially, but at the same time.
So just know if we're reacting with you, but we may have already seen it.
Well, but again, there may be times where we're watching one, we're like, oh yeah, but like we don't remember it.
It's still funny to talk about.
We can talk about
and
it.
a lot of times when we send it, we're not like
we're not together.
Just laugh, but we're not talking about it.
Yeah, usually when you send me stuff, I'm sitting at my desk like, and then go on with my
day.
Go
back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So anyway, again, kind of a lazy first episode, but hey, it is what it is. We knew we needed to
get what you get, and you don't throw fit.
Boom, that's right.
But no, honestly, these are fun. I hope if you haven't seen these, I know we already saw a couple. I hope you got a laugh, or at least maybe learned how sick and confused some people are. But it's important.
Well, I mean, again, all I walk away from is that again, most of these people are very, very mentally ill. And they need help.
And you're welcome. We're trying to raise awareness to what is it? Pandemic? A real social problem that's out there. Epidemic.
Yeah,
One of the demics.
It's a demic, is what it is.
It's a demic.
It's a demic. And
hey, we should make a shirt out there. It just says hashtag. It's a demic.
It's a demic. Trademark.
Yeah, we'll copyright that right now.
Yeah, we need. Speaking of which, go to the Teesprings and find our merch.
Yeah, it's
no
still
one buys
up,
anything, but it's still there.
Yeah,
maybe we should look at
a few people have bought stuff.
That is true.
I know them.
I haven't even bought my own T-shirt. I need to go buy one of the T-shirts.
You haven't. I know. You're pushing people to our merch, and you don't even have anything. Yeah, be better than him.
Yeah, be better than me. You know what? That's what you should do. Is
He's
be
a
better.
Nike poster boy now. If you can't tell.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, they're Christmas gifts, all right?
Yeah.
What do I? Whatever.
Yeah, poor people in China made that for you.
Well, you know what? Poor people in China made pretty much everything that we have because that's the U.S. economy now. So whatever. Okay. Anyway, on that note, maybe we'll see you next week.
Sounds about right.
Tune in to find out.
Later.